Hello, what's going on guys? It's today we're bringing another episode of the Big Minecraft Build. This episode we'll be doing the father of the last episode. Last episode we did this tiny little poop emoji. This time we're doing the giant of the biggest poop you've seen. Probably not the biggest, but you know what I'm saying. So this is the giant poop emoji pixel art. So let's get right in things. How to build this after the intro. Okay, so unlike last episode with a smaller one, we're going to need 4 blocks for this one. We've got 1 extra one. So we want to go and grab the brown wool, black wool, white wool, and finally a block of mushroom. I know it sounds weird, but afterwards you kind of see where I'm going with it. So we just want to go where we want to make the first block. I'm going to do mine about there, should be good enough. So we want to place this first black block and we want to go right of it by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And now we've placed this 7th block, we want to do a top right diagonal and come in right of this block by 4. So 3, sorry, so it should be 4 in total like so. Then we want to do a bottom right diagonal and we want to drag this across by 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and finally 17. And this will give kind of like the base of it. And now what we want to do is a top right diagonal followed by 1 coming to the right, a top right diagonal, and on this top right diagonal we're going to go up on top of it by 4, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we want to do a top left diagonal with 1 on top, a top left diagonal with 1 going on the left of it, a top left diagonal, a top right diagonal like so, and on top of this top right diagonal we want to go up by 2 black. Then we want to do a top left diagonal with 1 coming on top. Then we want to do 2 top left diagonals, so 1 and finally 2. Now on this second top left diagonal we want to go 1 on the left, and on this one on the left we want to go up by 3, so 1, 2 and 3. Then we want to do 2 top left diagonals, 1 and 2. Now on this second one we want to go left by 1, do a top left diagonal like so, and on the top of this top left diagonal we want to again go up by 3, so 1, 2 and 3. Then 4 in total, so it should go up. No, freeze right. Ignore what I said, do what I did in the first place. So we want to go up by 3, and on this top block we want to go left of it by 1, up by 1. Then we want to do 4 top left diagonals, so 1, 2, 3 and finally 4. Now on this fourth, let me mute my phone quickly. On this fourth, what we want to do is go left by 1, then do 2 top left diagonals like so. And then on top of this last diagonal, we want to go left by 1, do a bottom left diagonal, do a bottom right diagonal. So this is like the top of the emoji itself. So right now we come to the top, as you can see it's a lot bigger in size in comparison to the last one we did. So then it's just going to come down this way. So we want to go back up to where we were a second ago. And on this last block we placed, we want to go down by 1, do a bottom left diagonal. Oh shit. And then on this bottom left diagonal, we want to do another bottom left diagonal, sorry. So we want to go down by 2 bottom left diagonals. And on this last bottom diagonal, we want to go left by 1, down by 3, so 1, 2 and 3. Do a bottom left diagonal, this time going left by 1 and then followed by another 2 bottom left diagonals. If I'm going a little bit too fast, let me know in the comments below. I'll try and slow things down a bit. It's just because I want to try and get through this. So now we have this bottom left diagonal. What we want to do is we want to go down by 4, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we want to do a bottom left diagonal like so, followed by 1 coming to the left, 1 coming down, then doing another bottom left diagonal, this time with 1 coming on the bottom like so, a bottom left diagonal, with 2 coming on the bottom. And this time on the bottom of here, we want to go right by 1, down by 1, and then a bottom left diagonal again, like so, to kind of put it back in line with that. Then we want to do another bottom left diagonal, followed by 1 coming on the left, 2 bottom left diagonals, so 1 and 2. Then on the bottom of this last one, we want to go down by 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we want to do a bottom left diagonal, like so. 1 coming to the right, and that should connect you right back up to the start again. So let's have a quick look at the outline of the poo. So there we go. So that's the last one. As you can see, it's basically tripled or quadded in size like there. So now we'll add the facial features, I think. We'll add the first mushroom line first, because that's probably the easiest way to go about this, and then we'll start adding the facial features. So the way this mushroom works is it kind of gives you like the swirls of the poo, if that makes sense. You'll be able to see afterwards. So we want to go to where these 4 we placed to begin with, and we want to go to the right of it, and we want to do a top right diagonal like so. This time we want to go right of it by 3, so 1, 2, 3. We want to do a top right diagonal, followed by 2 coming to the right. Do that same pattern again. So like, this looks like really disgusting. It looks like puke, not gonna lie. Someone's had a very bad indigestion system. So then we want to do another top right diagonal, followed by 1 coming to the right, and we want to repeat this pattern again another 2 times. So like so, and then last time like that. Then we want to do 1 top right diagonal just to connect it back to the start. So let's have a look at the pattern. So 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, like so. And that's kind of like the first pattern. And now from that we can do the mouth. So we want to come to the last 3 here, the last third one, and in this gap from the second to the third, we want to place 1 black wool. We want to place it on the top of the third 3. Then we want to do 2 top right diagonals on top of that as well. So 1 and 2. And then we want to come left of this top block by 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then what we want to do is we want to go 1 in from that 12. So on the 11th block here, we want to go down by 1. And then do a bottom right diagonal, like so, followed by 1 more bottom right diagonal. And on these last 2, we just want to connect them back up together. And then you can go ahead and fill all of this mouth in with white wool. And that's just giving it all of the mouth. On the last one, it did have a small mouth at the bottom, like you can see, but obviously this one's a bit of a bigger version. So there we go. So there's a little grin. Like last time, it did have basically the same shaped one as well. So now it's just the eyes, and then basically doing these mushroom lines, and that's pretty much it. So where we want to go now is with the... I'm trying to figure out how the easiest way to do this is. We'll probably do the next mushroom line. That's probably the easiest way about going this. So where we have these 2 block here, so where it goes 1 diagonal, 2, 1, on this line of 2, we want to come right of that by 7 mushrooms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we want to do a top right diagonal, followed by 3 coming to the right, a top right diagonal, followed by 3 coming to the right, a top right diagonal coming by 2 by the right, and then this swirl basically goes into the eye. So then we can pull out the white wool, and in line with these 3, we want to go right of it by 5 white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then cutting off the 2 ends, so the 3 in the middle, we want to go 1 below, like so, so it kind of cuts off the end. And then with the white again, we want to do the same kind of pattern around. It's probably easier to do the pupil first. So we'll pull out the black wool, and on top of those same 3 that we did at the bottom, just on top this time, we want to go 3. And we want to repeat that 3 another 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should give you 5 in total. I think that's about right. And now what we want to do is we want to pull out the white wool, and we want to drag this until it's coming too high above the block like so. So it should be overhanging by 2. and we want to do that on the other side as well. So we want to bring it up till it's 2 overhanging, cover that line up at the bottom. No, my mistake, only covering by 1, so, and then the top 3 like we did below, if that makes sense. So it should have the top 3, so go either side, blah blah blah, overhanging by 1, and then the top 3 like that. And then we can fill out the final part of the eye. So where we come to this, we go to the bottom right of the eye now, and we'll do a top right diagonal, so it's in line with that one. So it's in line with the black bit, and then we're going to drag that up by another 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it should be 1 short of that side. So we can go 1 short of that side and go down by 3 until it's in line with the bottom. So that should be the eye 100% complete along with the mouth. We want to repeat that eye one more time, and then there's 2 more swirls, and then it's just the filling in part. So let's finish this eye. So if we come to the first time where we did these 4 blocks here, the first 3 of these blocks is where the bottom, those like the final 3 is. So you can do that 3, then we want to come like across, overhanging by 1 on each side, and then we can do the pupils. So we know it's 5 rows of 3 black in the middle, so 2, 3, 4, and 5, like so. So that's kind of like that. And then we want to drag it this white, so it overhangs by 1, drag it across the floor. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you, because I mean, this is just repeating what we did last time, so it shouldn't be too hard. Then we can go to the top, we can fill in this line at the top here. Then we want to come to the bottom, we want to go in line with the black here, and then as we come up to the top, we want to leave the top of that line black empty, just like so. So here should be the eyes. If you didn't catch that, pause the video now and you can look back and watch it over again, or just look by eye now and see how it was done. Then we can pull out the mushroom block now, and we can finish the last 2 blocks of the mushroom. So we want to come over to the left side where we have this Tetris looking shape now, and what we want to do is we want to come to the lower one where it doesn't have the other one to the right, and we want to go right of it by 2 mushroom. Then we want to do a top right diagonal. Then we want to leave it because obviously that's where the eye is. So then we want to come to where these 3 on the top of the eye is, and we want to come right of it by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we want to go 1 on top, do a top right diagonal, followed by 1 on the left. Repeat that pattern again, so top right diagonal with 1 on the left, and then we want to just do another top right diagonal to put it in that gap like so. So let's zoom out so you can kind of see that pattern there. Then we want to add the final pattern at the top. Now this isn't all the way to the other side, so we want to come to the end where we have this kind of top, this L shape upside down, and in this little gap here, what we want to do is we want to go 3 coming out to the right, a top right diagonal, followed by 1 coming on the right, and then a top right diagonal singular on its own like so. So let's zoom out so you can have a look. So this is the mouth, the eyes, and the swirls on the poop. It sounds so weird saying poop. So now all the thing left is to do is just to fill it all in with brown wool. So I'm going to fast forward the video while I do so. Okay, so there's the 100% complete poop emoji. If you don't like the mushrooms, then you don't have to have the mushrooms in there. I just kind of think that it gives it kind of that swirl, and there wasn't really another lighter colour that we could have used that's kind of like the block colour. I guess we could have used clay. We probably could have maybe used clay, but there's still not really that many light colours of clay. That's going to round things up for this video. If you have any suggestions, always leave them down in the comments below and I'll get around to doing them. I mean, we're going to be building everything in this series, so if there is anything you want me to build, then let me know and I'll get that done for you. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.